We are live. Thank you for being here. This is live stream number 3 on Black Friday. And you're asking yourself, why in the world are you dressed like that? That's how I always dress when I go live on Black Friday. So today we are we're breaking down several different aspects of the trading systems that we talk about in our group, and things that we discuss. So I'm breaking up what would normally be a very long video into smaller segments all throughout the day. So today we're going to be talking about, where is it at here? Where's Frank at? Give me 1 second, and boom. We're going to be talking about this dead simple trading system that I have named Frank. And the two of them together, Frank and Forrest, dead and simple. The older I get, the more I truly love a simple trading system. And one of the guys in our trading group asked me if I could go over Frank and go into detail on the ins and outs of how the strategy works. We talked in the last live stream. And if you weren't here with us, go grab that one. That was called Manual versus Algorithm. We talked last time about the importance of understanding the why of a trading system. Here's a great example of why we need to know why. All my life, if you'd ask me if I knew how to cook, I would say, okay, I can follow a recipe. You give me some ingredients and you give me the steps to follow. I can put 2 and 2 together and I can turn up something that looks, like it's supposed to. But I couldn't come up with them. I couldn't cook on my own. I couldn't, look at the fridge and say, what can I put together? I tried a couple times earlier in our marriage to, let's call it, mixed results. But then I started watching. My wife says, "Oh, it's the show that saved our marriage." She's only slightly kidding. Good Eats with Alton Brown. I don't know if anybody's ever seen Good Eats with either Alton or Alton. He says, "All right, Alton Brown," and he taught me the why of cooking. Why, if you do this and you do this, you get that. And it just was this switch in my head that flipped, and suddenly I knew how to cook. As the famous philosopher Gusteau has said, anyone can cook. Well, anyone can trade. And once you understand why a system does what it does, it makes it so much easier to trade it. So you don't have to take a leap of faith that someone else knows what they're doing. You know it yourself. So today we're going to be talking about Frank. And if I can find Frank again, where is Frank? See, originally it was, nope, it's not that. Where is it? Frank is right there. If originally it was Frank and Forrest, today we're talking about Frank in particular. So let's jump into the slides, and I will show you what we're talking about here. Let's see. Do I want to do that? Do I want to do that? What do you guys think? Do you like that, or do you like that? Let me know 1 or 2 in the slides. Since we're focusing on, I'm gonna leave it on here for now. You probably don't care. So, by the way, today's broadcast is brought to you by Trading with Joy, the book that I wrote. And today, no, not today, November. Once November is over with, the free book offer will go away for quite some time, probably a year. But for now, if you want a copy of Trading with Joy, you can get it for free. All you gotta do is pay the shipping, which is generally $6 to $9, depending on where you live. Just pay the shipping, and I'll send you a copy of the book for free. I'll even autograph it for you. But so today's, sponsor is, well, me. So if you want a copy of Trading with Joy, just go there, godlytrading.com/free book, get your copy. All right. So Frank is both an automated and a manual system. And I'm trading Frank in both ways. And I'll show you the results there. The purpose of what Frank is. Frank is, by the way, this is the 3rd live stream of the day, so I'm going to assume the audio is where it's supposed to be. Let me know if the audio, I haven't touched it since last time, so theoretically the audio should be good. Just give me a thumbs up in the chat if the audio, in fact, does sound good. The older I get, both physically, by the way, has anyone ever woken up on the day of your birthday and absolutely felt a year older? It's like, okay, I'm only 8 hours older than I was when I went to bed. But dadgummit, my body, that pain wasn't there last night. I don't understand this. So, but the older I get, both physically older and more experienced in my trading, the more I just love a simple trading strategy. When I first got started, let me be emphatic here. When I first got started, guys, my system was all over the map. It was complicated. It was overly complicated. But the more I trade, the more I say, you know, it is time to simplify things. So Frank is this. That's it. Frank is the whole moving average and the engulfing bar pattern. That is all that Frank is. Now, sure, there's some rules associated with it. And I take it back. I've added one thing to it. Let's just take a quick look. Here's what Frank looks like. Can I make Frank any bigger than that? No, apparently I cannot. So Frank is the whole moving average. And I know Doc asked me about this. So this will be in the Facebook and in YouTube for archival purposes. But this is a whole moving average. And right now, the default setting is like a 9 or a 10 weekly. So you get this nice, slow, long trend indicator, right? I love the whole because it tells you green or red, long or short. That is one of the things, honestly. A lot of systems tell you when to get in and when to get out. But the biggest thing that a lot of people worry about is which direction do I take on a trade? How do I know? And I love a system. And if you've ever heard of VP over No Nonsense Forex, you know, that baseline, that line in the sand that says we're only going long or we're only going short. Well, the whole moving average determines that. We're only going long or going short based on the color here. So basically what happens is if price is above the whole moving average and, excuse me, for a long, if price is below the whole moving average, where's my cursor at? Is it over here? Where's my cursor at? I can't find it. You can't see what I'm doing. You can't see that, can you? Nope. Hang on. Give me 1 second. Live TV. Is it this one? Nope. Is it this one? Yes. Fantastic. You can see my cursor now. If Frank, if the whole moving average is below, if price is below the whole moving average, I'll get it here in a second. And we have an engulfing bar and it's green. That is your signal to go long. Now let's think, don't just follow the recipe. Understand why. How can price be below the whole moving average and the whole moving average still be green? Well, basically, the only time you have that situation is if you've had a nice long uptrend. So lots and lots of data have gone into this whole moving average to tell it to be up and to be green. And then you've had either a very sudden shift down, which would be kind of a reversal, a big impulse move, or a moderate sideways move. None of those would counteract the larger uptrend. So that's step one. Okay, so price is below the whole, but the whole is still green. So we're still in an uptrend. Whatever price action brought us down below is not significant enough to change that trend. So we're still looking to go long. And now we're getting into the discount. And then we have an engulfing bar. What is an engulfing bar? That's when there we go. That's when you have the bar leading into it is here, and the next bar is here. This second bar candle completely engulfs the first one. And again, don't just think about, or I should say, don't just accept that. Think about what that means. So price came down the day before your signal. And by the way, you can see the signal here is a little green up arrow. The day before the signal, you had, you know, normal size bar, small bar, whatever it is. And price closed, and then you got your brand new bar. And then the next day, it not only did it go up and enclose all of that, but it went past it, right? Price action the next day is so much more bullish than the day before. So the day before, the bears drove price down, and then the bulls took over and completely overrode whatever the bears wanted to do and drove that thing up. So you had this second day of massive buying power. So what that tells you is the momentum to the downside, all of the bear momentum, all of the shorts, they've run out of steam because this next candle has just completely wiped out the previous day. That's what an engulfing bar tells you. So if you are down here below the whole moving average, you know that you're still in an uptrend because it's still green. And then you have this big bar, and then you have two in a row like it has here. And it completely wipes out all of that downside momentum the day before. So that just shows you that the buying pressure has come back in and it's taken off steam. So then the rule is, hey, Once you see this, once you get this signal, and in this case, this is a trading view indicator. If someone wants a copy of this trading view indicator, I'll give you a link to where you can get it. The rule just simply, hey, you enter at the high of the engulfing bar candle where you get the signal, enter at the high. These are pending orders, by the way. So you just set it and forget it. Enter at the high and your stop is at the low. And you can see here on the US CAD that wasn't expecting this. These are swing trades, by the way. This is a daily chart system. You can trade this system. And this takes me less than 5 minutes a day. And when I mentioned that in the group, someone really wanted me to elaborate. What do you mean less than 5 minutes a day? I got 28 Forex pairs to look at. If you're trading this on, by the way, I tested this on Tesla. Fantastic. Now, it doesn't take that many trades, right? 28 Forex pairs, you're looking at maybe 1 or 2 trades a week. On Tesla, for an entire year, it was 7 trades. So this is a daily chart, swing trade, 5 minutes a day. And I can literally hit the down arrow on my keyboard and I can scroll through 28 Forex pairs in less than 5 minutes, usually about 3 minutes. Click, 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 click. And all I'm looking for, do I have a green or do I have a red or do I have a blue? We'll get to the blue in just a minute. This means go long. This means go short. And if it's there, I stop and I set the trade up, which doesn't take very long. Again, you're entering at the high, your stop is at the low, 1 to 1, 2 to 1, you're done. This system, as we tested it, does pretty well. Do I have I don't have the results for backtesting this way. I decided to take one extra step because I can't unsee supply and demand. I was raised on supply and demand as a young trader. So what would it be like if I added supply and demand to this system? So I did that. So here's the supply and demand indicator. Again, this is on TradingView. I got this. I've got Frank for both MT5 and for TradingView. If anyone wants a copy, I'll have the link here at the end. You can get a copy of Frank. And I'll talk about that when I get there. So I said, well, what if we added supply and demand as a filter? And it changed everything. Number one, it made it so much slower. So again, before it was probably 3 or 4 trades a week. Now it's 1 to 2 trades a week if you're lucky on 28 Forex pairs. But now adding supply and demand to it, the win rate's up to like 80%. So this is what I am testing out. Daily chart. I'm testing out Frank with my money live. I'm putting all the results in our Facebook group. I've been doing it for a week now, and I've had 2 trades. Both of them were the same day. Both of them hit their first target the same day, which is not supposed to happen in swing trading. So the rule now, when I've added supply and demand to it, is okay. So we have this signal to go long. And in order for this to be a valid signal, price has to be bouncing off of something. I don't want a signal out here in the middle of nowhere. The price just reversed for no reason. I want price to be bouncing off of a supply or demand zone. I want there to be a reason for that movement, for that signal. And then B, or 2, I want to be able to get 1 to 1 before I encounter the opposite supply or demand zone. So in this case, I need to be able to hit 1 to 1. So here's your entry, here's your exit, whatever the distance that is. I need that free and clear of a supply zone before I'll take the trade. And that one little step of adding supply and demand with those 2 little rules changed everything. Oh my goodness, it just made this so much more effective. Now you may be asking yourself, hey, what's that blue triangle? Frank has 2 aspects to him. And I don't like the other one, but I trade it. Frank is a trend trading strategy with this extra piece of a reversal. So unseen, I just got it turned off because it clutters the chart up, is Bollinger Band, a standard 30-period Bollinger Band in here. And when price closes outside of the Bollinger Band and then closes back inside the Bollinger Band, the next signal, the next candle, as an engulfing bar, you get a signal to go either long or short. Same rules apply here. I want to see that Bollinger Band. So this is a reversal signal, not a continuation signal, but a reversal signal. And it actually does a good job of complementing the trend. There are fewer of these. By themselves, they are less effective, or I should say, less reliable. But you add supply and demand to it, that filter of I need to see price bouncing off of something before I'll take this signal. Like this blue signal here, didn't take it. Why? Price isn't bouncing off of anything. If it's going to be a true reversal, it has to be reversing for a reason. Also, I don't think I had 1-to-1 from the bottom here to this here. So I did not take that signal. And who knows if that would have been a successful trade or not. Maybe would have gotten 1-to-1, but probably not. But as you can see, this is going along. So that is Frank in a nutshell. It is the whole moving average and a signal to go long or short based on an engulfing bar. That's it. And then you add supply and demand as a filter. And that's what I love about the more simple a trading strategy is, the more flexibility you have to customize it to you. Supply and demand is not, when I discovered this thing, supply and demand wasn't in the picture. I added that myself. Said, hey, what would happen if? That's the great thing. I love this about trading. You have these random brain ideas. Hey, I wonder what would happen if. And you can go off and get somebody to code it for you. You can test it out. So I'm manually trading Frank on the daily chart. I also have Frank as an algorithm, as a fully automated algorithm running on the 1 hour. Frank is running on the 4 hour. Excuse me. Frank is running on the 4 hour. And these are just the results of 1 year back test results of just the NDX, which is the NASDAQ and the S&P. And you can see, oh, it's 79% win rate. And it's got an annual return of 7%, which for two markets is really good. You can see the results here. Well, that's pretty good. Well, here's the live test results of Frank on Forex. So in 1 month, Frank's got 6% win rate in 1 month, which is well higher than it back tested, with only a 1% drawdown. Fantastic. Now, this is Forex, because the two trades that it took on NDX and S&P, which you see here, were both losses. So that is the difference between back testing and forward testing. You never know. You see this right here, this sideways, or you see this right here, this downtrend. You never know when you're going to start trading something live at this point. And the first 3 or 4 or 10 trades you take are the beginning of a downtrend. You just never know. So you have to continually, you have to have plenty of data. Guys, back test thoroughly and then forward test for at least 6 months before you put real money behind something. Because you have to live through these periods of either sideways movement or downtrend. Live through that in real time. But Frank has a lot of promise, both as an algorithm and as a manual system. I love the manual. It is so dead easy. At the end of the day, I talk to my buddy, and while he's talking, I'm just clicking through charts. And there are pending orders that are easy to sell. I wait for the market to close, and between 4 and 5 o'clock Central, when the markets are closed, I'd send my pending orders. If you would like a copy of Frank the algorithm or Frank the indicator or the supply and demand indicator, just go to godlytrading.com/Frank and put your information in there, and I will send you a copy with this caveat. This Frank the algorithm, the automated system, is in a beta test only. Do not put real money to this. I am announcing that I'm going to hold myself harmless, or whatever that is. I accept no responsibility for any money lost, because I'm telling you right now, do not trade real money with any algorithm, especially Frank, until you have tested it for yourself on demo for 6 months. I'm testing it myself on demo for 2 months now, 1 month, 1 month now on this particular system. I found a good broker that I could do a demo on. So go to godlytrading.com/Frank, and I will be happy to send you the algorithm I got it for MT5, and I have it for TradingView, and I have the indicators for both of those as well. So let me know what you're using. We can figure out how to get you what you need. Please, please, please don't trade real money on this, and test it out for yourself. Now, if you're a member of Godly Trading Pro, do I have that in here? Yes. If you're a member of Godly Trading Pro, I'll actually give you my presets that I have back tested for the algorithm. Again, with the caveat that you be careful. Don't put money into it. Right now, we are running a special deal of free month on Godly Trading Pro. I think it's $37 normally to get your first month absolutely for free. So go there, and whether you sign up for Godly Trading Pro or not, I encourage everyone who's watching this on live or watching it on replay, join our Facebook group. It is completely free. And every single day, well, okay, not every day, but every day that I have a trade, when I'm trading live with Frank, daily chart, my personal money, I post that trade in the Facebook group. I'm completely transparent on wins and losses. So you can see for yourself. You don't have to, maybe you don't want to test it yourself. Maybe you don't want to put money at risk. Let me put my money at risk and show you the results. Completely transparent, absolutely free. Go to the Facebook group and join and absorb and learn or participate, however you want to do that. Later on today, that's the last slide. That is the last slide. Later on today, and I say later on, in 39 minutes, I'm going to be demoing, doing the same kind of a presentation with Forest. And I haven't actually gotten into the nuts and bolts of Forest yet. Forest is another dead simple trading strategy. Also, both a manual and an algorithm. Same kind of a situation there. Based on some really simple indicators, setups, and just some rules. And I would encourage everybody out there, find you a simple system that has an easy to understand set of signals, and then build rules around it. That's all it takes. That is all a trading strategy is. This thing is telling me something. Now, what do I do about it? All right. And then you build rules around that, whatever it's telling you. That is a trading plan in a nutshell. What are you going to do if this happens? And what are you going to do if that happens? And then you just follow your best advice I ever saw in the realm of trading. Trade your plan. Get out of your own way. Repeat. That's all. That's it. And with those 3 steps, you are a successful trader. All right, guys, I will see everybody out there in 38 minutes. I'll see you then.